Okay, so imagine like you're in this final match, right? You're in this final match of a huge table tennis tournament, but your opponent across the net
Yeah.
is your doubles partner, your teammate. This is someone you've trained with.
Oh, yeah.
And like triumphed with.
Of course.
For years.
Right.
Talk about an emotional roller coaster. And that's the story we're diving into today.
Okay.
The story of these South Korean table tennis stars.
Yeah.
전지희.
I know Jihi.
And 신유빈.
Yeah.
We've got some great articles here.
Awesome.
Some real insights ready to unpack the significance of Jan's recent retirement.
Okay.
And what it means for Shin. And the future of this sport in South Korea.
I think what's really interesting here is it goes beyond just a typical retirement, you know.
Right.
Jihi's story adds this whole other layer because she wasn't originally from South Korea.
Right. She moved from China at just
15 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And later became a naturalized South Korean citizen. Interesting.
That decision had a huge impact.
Absolutely.
Not just on her career, but on the entire landscape of South Korean table tennis.
Right.
It even sparked some debate, you know, about athletes switching nationalities.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The whole, like, whose team are you really on?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But she really embraced her adopted country.
Wow.
And became one of their most decorated athletes.
Amazing.
I mean, Olympic bronze, world championship, silver Asian Games gold.
It's got it all.
The list goes on.
That's amazing.
And her decision to play her final match against 신유빈, her younger doubles partner, adds a whole other level of emotion to the story.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a symbolic passing of the torch.
Yeah.
But in a sport where they achieved so much together,
Right.
it makes that transition even more
Loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their final match at the Singapore Smash was definitely a tearjerker.
You know, I bet.
Even though 신유빈 won,
I bet.
the articles talk about how they embraced at the end.
And then together drew a heart in the air for the crowd.
That's so sweet.
I bet as a table tennis enthusiast, you can totally appreciate the weight of that moment.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it really speaks to their bond.
Yeah.
Both as athletes and as, you know, just individuals who supported each other. But we also need to acknowledge the strategic brilliance behind their partnership. This
golden duo.
Golden duo, as they were called.
Yeah.
I'm curious, did any of the articles you read get into the specifics of what made them such a powerful pair?
Oh, yeah. Definitely one article talked about how their playing styles were almost perfectly complementary.
Interesting.
Jian, being left-handed, created these unique angles and spin that really disrupted opponents, while Shin's right-handed play provided power and consistency from the other side. It's interesting because in table tennis doubles, having that right-handed combination is considered a huge advantage. It throws off the opponent's rhythm and opens up a wider range of tactical options.
For sure. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That dynamic probably played a big part in their historic silver medal at the 2023 World Championships.
Oh, right.
Remember, that was South Korea's first women's doubles final appearance.
Wow.
In 36 years.
That's incredible.
And then they followed that up.
Yeah.
With a gold medal at the Hangzhou Asian Games.
Wow.
It's hard to overstate the impact they had on the sport in South Korea.
And now with John retired, there are a lot of questions about how 신유빈 will adapt to this new phase of her career.
It's a major shift. Not only is she adjusting to life without her longtime partner, she's also stepping into that role of team leader.
Yeah.
Those are some big shoes to fill.
Huge shoes to fill.
Especially considering how much of their success was built on that unique synergy.
Right, and the articles highlighted how challenging it's been for Shin to find a new partner. Who can replicate that golden duo magic?
Wow.
At the Singapore Smash, she partnered with Lee Eun-hae.
Okay.
But they were eliminated early on.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Building that level of intuition and responsiveness with a partner takes years of training and competing together.
Wow.
It's not something you just recreate overnight.
And now their coach, Seok Eun-mi, is on a mission to find Shin that perfect new doubles partner.
Okay.
But from what the sources suggest, it's more than just finding another left-handed player.
Right.
They're looking for someone who understands Shin's game inside and out.
Wow.
Who can anticipate her every move and who can bring their own strengths to the table.
It's a complex equation.
It is.
And while the search for a new partner is captivating, I think what's equally important is how Shin develops as an individual player. Now, she's clearly talented. But without Jian by her side, can she step up her singles game even further? That's the question I keep coming back to.
Absolutely. And the articles do suggest that Shin's been working hard to do just that. To refine her individual skills and really step into her own as a leading player.
Good for her.
It'll be fascinating to see how she responds to this challenge.
Absolutely.
And you know what else is intriguing? It seems like Coach Sik is using this transition period to experiment, to try different combinations and see what works best for Shin and the team as a whole.
That's a sign of a good coach.
Someone
who's willing to adapt and evolve rather than just trying to replicate the past.
It'll be interesting to see what strategies they come up with.
For sure.
So as we move forward in our deep dive, we have a lot to consider that stands out to you so far.
Well, what strikes me is the multi-layered nature of this transition. It's a personal journey for Shin Yubin.
Right.
Navigating the loss of her partner. While simultaneously stepping up as a leader.
Right.
But it's also a critical juncture for South Korean women's table tennis.
It's like they're at a crossroads, right? There's this sense of uncertainty, but also a real opportunity to redefine what success looks like.
Exactly. And that's where the coach's role becomes even more crucial. Seok Uni isn't just trying to fill a spot on the doubles team. She's shaping the future of the sport in South Korea.
Wow.
The articles mentioned or focus on, finding and nurturing new talent, which is essential for long-term success.
Of course.
It made me think, remember that legendary Chinese coach, Kai Zhenhua? Who built the foundation for China's table tennis dominance?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if Seok Yunmi is aiming to create that kind of dynasty in South Korea.
That's an interesting parallel. And it makes you wonder what specific qualities Seok is prioritizing in these young players. Is she looking for raw talent, mental toughness, a certain playing style?
I'd imagine it's a combination of all those factors.
Probably.
From the articles, it seems like Seok is emphasizing adaptability. And a strong work ethic. She's quoted as saying, we need players who are hungry to learn, who can adjust to different partners and opponents, and who are willing to put in the hours to achieve greatness.
Wow.
It sounds like she's building a team that can thrive in any situation.
That makes sense, especially in a sport as dynamic as table tennis.
For sure.
And speaking of adapting, one thing that stood out to me was the mention of Seok experimenting with different doubles pairings.
Oh, really?
They're not limiting themselves to just left-handed players.
Interesting.
They're trying out various combinations to see what sparks that golden duo magic again.
I think that's incredibly smart. While the right-handed dynamic was undeniably effective for Jian and Shin, it's not the only formula for success. By being open to different styles and partnerships, they might discover a combination that's even more potent.
Interesting.
It's like they're saying, we respect the legacy, but we're not afraid to innovate.
It's almost like they're embracing the challenge of Jin's retirement as a catalyst for growth. Instead of trying to replace her directly, they're using this opportunity to push boundaries and explore new possibilities.
Precisely. And let's not forget that Shin Yubin herself is a product of that growth mindset. Remember, she came up alongside Jen, learning from her and developing her game under her mentorship. She's already a formidable player in her own right. With a powerful forehand and incredible footwork.
She's amazing.
Now, without Jian as her doubles partner, she might be even more motivated to shine as a singles player.
That's a great point. It's easy to get caught up in the search for a new doubles partner.
But
Shin's individual journey is just as compelling.
Absolutely.
She's transitioning from a promising talent to the team's leading figure. And that comes with its own set of pressures and expectations.
And think about the valuable lessons she's learned from Jian. Not just about table tennis technique, but about mental fortitude, leadership, and handling the spotlight. Those intangible qualities could prove even more valuable as she takes on this new role.
Absolutely. It's not just about her skills on the table. It's about her leadership off the table as well.
Exactly.
Now let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
And imagine you're in Coach Sik's shoes.
Okay.
What qualities would you prioritize when searching for Shin Yubin's new doubles partner? Would you stick with the left-handed strategy, or are there other factors that would be more important to you?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's easy to say, find another left-handed player with great reflexes.
Right.
But I think it goes deeper than that. If I were Coach Seek, I'd be looking for someone who brings like a unique dimension to the partnership.
Yeah.
Someone who complements Shin's strengths, but also challenges her to grow.
So not just a carbon copy of 전지희,
right,
but someone who can create a new kind of synergy.
Exactly. Maybe someone who's incredibly aggressive.
Okay.
And pushes the pace, forcing Shin to adapt and become even more decisive in her shots. Or maybe someone who's like a master strategist, able to dissect opponents' weaknesses and set up Shin for winning points.
Interesting.
It's about finding that balance between harmony and healthy friction.
That makes me think about those classic sports movie montages.
Oh, yeah.
Where the underdog team comes together and they all have their different personalities and quirks, but somehow it all clicks on the field.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
It's about finding those pieces that fit together in an unexpected but ultimately successful way.
Yeah.
And remember, it's not just about winning matches.
Right.
It's about building a team culture that fosters growth and resilience.
That makes sense.
Think about the legendary Chicago Bulls dynasty.
Oh, yeah.
With Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson. They had a mix of superstars and role players.
Right.
All pushing each other to be their best.
So it sounds like finding the right doubles partner for Shin Yubin is just one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
It's about building a whole team that's greater than the sum of its parts.
Absolutely. And while we're on the topic of teams, let's not forget the incredible support system that's helped both Jiyeon and Shin reach such heights.
Right.
The articles mention the dedication of the coaching staff, the role of sports science and technology, and even the passionate fan base that cheers them on.
Oh, of course.
It's a reminder that success in elite sports is rarely a solo effort.
It takes a village, right?
It really does.
And that brings us back to 전지희's legacy.
Yeah.
It goes beyond her medals and titles.
Absolutely.
She's helped to elevate the profile of women's table tennis in South Korea.
Right.
Inspired a generation of young athletes.
Yeah.
And shown what's possible with dedication and determination.
For sure.
Her decision to represent South Korea, to embrace a new culture and identity, also speaks volumes.
Yeah.
She's a symbol of the global nature of sports, how it can bridge cultural divides and unite people through shared passion and competition.
I love that.
And even though she's retired, her impact will continue to be felt for years to come.
Oh, absolutely.
Who knows? Maybe one day we'll see her coaching the next generation of South Korean table tennis stars.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Imagine the wisdom and experience she could pass on to these young players.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think we've uncovered so much more than just the story of a doubles partnership. It's a story about transitions, about the power of teamwork, about the enduring legacy of a remarkable athlete.
Yeah.
And the exciting potential of a new era for South Korean women's table tennis.
Well said. And I think the biggest takeaway for me is that this is just the beginning of a new chapter.
Right.
We'll be watching closely to see how Shin Yubin navigates her role as a leader, how the team evolves, and what new stories will be written in the world of South Korean women's table tennis.
And I have a feeling it's going to be a thrilling ride.
Me too.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
I hope you found it as fascinating as I did.
I did.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into the stories that matter.